Welcome to another episode of the Jampack Report today for March the 25th of 2021. Of course, my name is Samuel Adams, and this is a daily gaming news podcast meant to bring you the hottest news you need to know from around the industry, hosted on YouTube and podcast services around the world 5 days a week. It's your one-stop shop for everything you need to know. So if you enjoy the show and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and keep coming back for more. But if you didn't catch the news, a few weeks ago, Microsoft is implementing changes to Xbox Live Gold that make free-to-play games truly free. That news came after an Xbox Live Gold price hike was received very poorly by the community. In short, the cost of Xbox Live Gold was effectively doubling, and it felt like an underhanded way to almost force players to upgrade to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, because for just a few extra bucks over the new price of Xbox Live Gold, you got access to their huge catalog of games within the Game Pass system across PC and console. But people didn't like being forced into that, and so Microsoft chose to rescind that announcement, to not make those changes, and on top of that, they also announced that free-to-play games would truly be free, no Xbox Live Gold membership required, which is something that their main competitor, PlayStation, had already been doing for quite some time. But on top of that, other changes are also on the way as well, with Xbox Party Chat free as part of this system on top of looking for a group, so you can have a comprehensive free-to-play gaming system on the Xbox ecosystem, just as you could on the PlayStation 4 and 5. This news comes by way of Brad Rossetti, who writes, quote, "Xbox insiders in Alpha skip ahead and Alpha. Today we are flagging some new features. Multiplayer and free-to-play games, looking for groups, and party chat on Xbox no longer requires an Xbox Live Gold membership as we flight and test these service changes ahead of general availability." So this is now something that is going to be available today for those that are in those skip-ahead programs, getting the preview of what is to come for the general public. This is awesome. I'm very excited to see this because this now makes the Xbox Series S a very enticing system for those that are just novice players. If you just play games like Rocket League, Apex Legends, Fortnite, and Warzone, this is now the best way to get a next-gen experience if you haven't upgraded to 4K. If you are still on those legacy 1080p TVs, maybe even a 1440p monitor, Xbox Series S is a very affordable way to get the next generation experience. And so this is also something that is very welcoming for those that might not want to pay for Xbox Live Gold anymore, that might want to just have that entry-level experience, even if they aren't novice. Maybe they don't have time anymore. Whatever your situation might be, the fact this is finally coming out is something that I think is a big win for Microsoft, even though we had to go through a big L to get here with that horrible Xbox Live Gold announcement. But excited to see this finally rolling out. Of course, I am a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, so I'm not going to have to worry about this either way. But now another situation has kind of sprung up. Why do we have Xbox Live Gold anymore? I mean, obviously it is to have these non-free-to-play experiences, but why do you have to continue calling it Xbox Live Gold? That feels strange. So I think there is still some work here to be done in terms of the nomenclature behind the Xbox network system, but I think we're moving in the right direction. And of course, these fundamental changes make it a much more welcoming place to play, as I said, for those that might just want to play the newest free-to-play games, of which there are plenty out there, including Rocket League. And if you want to play Rocket League on the go, I have good news for you. Rocket League Sideswipe has been announced as a mobile title, launching later this year. They write on the official Rocket League blog, quote, "We are happy to announce Rocket League Sideswipe, a new standalone Rocket League experience built from the ground up for mobile platforms that is coming later this year. We are hard at work on this free mobile game for iOS and Android that takes the core competitive gameplay of Rocket League and reimagines it for a mobile device. In Rocket League Sideswipe, players compete from a new perspective on the field in 1v1 or 2v2 matches. Games will be fast-paced, 2-minute matches that you can play with friends near or far thanks to online play. Rocket League Sideswipe will feature mobile controls that are easy to pick up whether you are a master of Rocket League or a new player still learning your way around the field. Plus, there are advanced mechanics, just like Rocket League, for those that want to climb the competitive ranks. In the garage, Rocket League Sideswipe will have a robust car customization, similar to Rocket League. Players can also expect an online ranking system for competitive play. We have a lot more to reveal about the game in the coming months as we get closer to release. We are targeting a worldwide launch for Rocket League Sideswipe later this year for free on iOS and Android. And starting today, players in Australia and New Zealand will be able to join a limited-time regional alpha test on Android via the Google Play Store. We'll have more information on future betas in additional regions in the coming months. We cannot wait to bring this new take on Rocket League to mobile platforms everywhere. Stay tuned for more information in the next few months on rocketleague.com. So here are some screenshots if you did want to check out what you can kind of expect. It looks very much so like a Rocket League style game, as it should, but it seems to be just from that side perspective, I suppose that's why the name Sideswipe came up. But I like this because it simplifies the overall Rocket League experience. And as the announcement mentions, we're talking about 2-minute matches. And if I'm being totally honest with you, that is prime pooping time right there. You sit down, you get comfy, you boot up some Rocket League Sideswipe, you do what you got to do, and you get out. Perfect little entertainment nugget there for you if you'd like to get in on some of that action. But I'm excited to check this one out, and I think that the power of the name Rocket League and the free-to-play nature of the game is going to be a big win. I could easily see this being one of the biggest mobile games of the year, just as Rocket League was one of the biggest free-to-play games that really took off from the very beginning. Or I should say, because of PlayStation Plus making it free, it took off from the very beginning, and then it was made free to play a few years later. But regardless, Rocket League Sideswipe looks to be one that I am absolutely going to be preloading on my iPhone, and I hope that it turns out to be just as good as the trailer makes it look, because certainly a lot to be excited about here. I think it's a cool little take on the Rocket League experience. So we'll see more, and again, you can follow along at the official Rocket League Twitter account or on rocketleague.com, but I'm into it. I'm into it indeed. But Steam's Next Fest is now being announced, coming June 16th through June 22nd, celebrating upcoming games all week long. 6 days, hundreds of demos, and oodles of live streams. I like the word oodles. We've renamed the Steam Game Festival to more directly communicate its focus, announcing Steam Next Fest, a multi-day celebration of upcoming games. Explore and play hundreds of game demos, watch developer live streams, and chat with the teams about their games in progress, coming soon to Steam. Sign up here to receive a reminder when Steam Next Fest begins on June 16th. We cannot wait to share to share what is ahead. We can't wait to share what's headed to Steam in the next event. There you go. Missed the last festival of upcoming games? You can check out the entire Steam Game Festival to learn more about what was happening in the February 2021 edition. But there you have it. You have an entire week of exciting events. This is something that normally coincides with E3. Normally, Steam has some kind of big situation where you can go in, experience the games you're watching on live streams. You really get that hands-on kind of experience in a similar way that you would if you were going to an event venue and you were going to experience some kind of in-person event. You're able to have that kind of experience, and I think that is a pretty awesome thing to bring, especially for people like me that would love to dive into some of these newest games and at least get a bit of a taste. Normally, a similar kind of experience is found on the PlayStation side of things and the Xbox side of things, so you're not totally out of the woods on that one if you did want to experience some games and some demos. But in the world of PC gaming, if you do want to download hundreds of demos and play some of the hottest new games coming out over the course of the next year or two, then it looks like June 16th through the 22nd is going to be your best bet to do so, and you can find more at store.steampowered.com/sale/nextfest. And again, this is more of a rebrand than anything, but I like it. I like the colors. I like the feel of the website. Very nice here. I like this nice gradient. But we're not talking about web design here. We're talking about new game demos. And one that was included last year was Ghostwire Tokyo. And Ghostwire Tokyo's developer, Ikumi Nakamura, has announced a new indie studio. Now, of course, she's not the only developer. Let's not get any kind of wild ideas here, but she is somebody who took the world by storm during her adorable little E3 appearance. So Ikumi Nakamura, the former Tango Gameworks lead designer who stole the show at Bethesda's E3 2019 press conference, has officially set up her own indie studio. Now, she's been freelancing for a couple of years now. She did some stuff for Ubisoft for some Rainbow Six Siege skins, but during this cutscenes documentary, Nakamura has confirmed she decided to open her own small studio and work on her own project as a creative director. She says, quote, "Back in the Capcom days, my seniors would be sleeping under their desk to make games," Nakamura said. They were passionate to that point. Although that was not the case anymore, when you get ideas and work in a team, there can be some problems that come with it. It arrived to the point it got to my health. You can't make games if you're not healthy. I started wondering whether there wasn't a way for me to make games while feeling better. I took the decision to quit before it was too late, end quote. So it seems that now she has found a good balance, putting together a team and working with a small studio to create a new IP full of dark jokes, according to Tom Phillips over at Eurogamer. Excited to see what she comes up with. Of course, a very charming person and somebody who is brilliant, and looking forward to seeing more of Ghostwire Tokyo as well. But we will see what their new studio comes up with, and there's always some excitement in the air when a new studio is announced. No matter the size, no matter the team, I'm always interested to see what they come up with because it's something new, something fresh. This does not variate from this situation either, and additionally, I get excited about new consoles, including Playdate, which is a neat little system. If you don't know what Playdate is, it's kind of a Game & Watch in my mind, where it's this small, simplistic gaming platform that developers can use to build very unique, simple gaming experiences. But you might know it as the small little handheld with a crank on the side of it. That's how most people come to know it. But a new Mirror app is linking the handheld to a PC for streaming and control. The news comes by way of the official Playdate account that says on Twitter, quote, "Here's a fun little new thing we made. Plug in your Playdate, launch this app, and it will mirror your Playdate screen to your PC, Mac, Linux in real time. Perfect for streamers, YouTubers, and better accessibility. Input from the PC can pass through to the Playdate as well." This is awesome, and if you have not been keeping up with the news surrounding the Playdate, again, it is this very unique little system that I think is going to be a niche hit. It's going to be a sleeper hit if it's done properly and if developers continue to create cool things for it. But this specific feature, this PC mirroring, is going to help this thing spread like wildfire because it's very hard for people to get behind an experience in today's day and age where they cannot see what the experience is. And to be able to stream games from the Playdate, to be able to make YouTube videos surrounding the Playdate, even if it's not the world's next big hit, this is something that for collectors, for those that are passionate gaming fans, for those that are looking for something to play on their breaks at work, whatever they might be looking for, being able to create content around the Playdate is something that is going to help this. And for the marketing team, this is a wonderful move. This is time well spent, and I'm looking forward to learning more. Very hard to get your hands on a pre-order for this one. I know that is something that people have been discussing, but hopefully it will continue to see support, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this irons itself out in the history of the gaming space. But that rounds out today's episode of the Jampack Report. If you enjoyed today's show, drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about everything we talked about here today, but specifically Xbox Live Gold nixing the fees for free-to-play games. What do you think? Are you going to dive in? And would this convince someone in your life to get in on the Xbox ecosystem now that free-to-play games are truly free? Would love to hear what you have to say. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.